Hello everyone, this is M22Frogger, and I decided to finally make a video on this one YouTuber named Skullripper4900. Now, recently, he's been trying to trash talk me, bastardize me, da 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 da, and saying how, you know, I copy from better ranters, for my video ideas. Well, if you've noticed any of the trending topics that I've been making videos on, like Justin Bieber, uh, fucking anything else, actually, since the Greg video I made recently, of course, you know, I'm going to be talking about it, considering that I do, in fact, mention trending topics, and my fucking 2 cents on it. Don't mean that I'm copying fucking better YouTubers. Now, what do you classify as a better YouTuber? Skull. Just wondering, because all these quote unquote better YouTubers are friends of mine. Like Take Shot Action, Stevie, you know, official GATG. They're friends of mine, okay? They know personal information about me. Alright, I've been talking to them for quite a while now. I mean, some more than others, but at the same time, it's that, they're good friends of mine. And, I just so happen to make a specific video that is kind of like what they did. You know, do I watch their videos before I make mine? Maybe, and that's not because I'm copying them, it's because, I have a good way of making point by point, you know, analyses of what I want to talk about, but at the same time, is I want to watch other people's takes on things. So maybe I can possibly describe what I want to describe better. It's not exactly copying as much as it is, just taking more notes and researching it further. So I can thus talk about my feelings on said topic in a more constructive, cohesive manner. That's it. Every one of your arguments against me, like, oh, you're boring, da 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 da, because I've checked out your community page and shit, and you posted a video about M2 Frogzion or some shit, and saying like, oh, did you get through the clarification or other video that you mentioned? I can't remember, and saying how it gave me a headache, try not to fall asleep while watching it. Here's a good thing about, or here's a good reason why it might be a little boring to you. Number one, you don't like me. I never have, really. Number two, um, I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here and talking. I mean, if the video might bore you, click off. I mean, if that's the thing that you don't like about me is that my shit's boring, then oh well. Like, what do you want me to do with my videos? I mean, like, I'm just sitting here and talking just like everybody else. That's either a vlogger or a ranter. Granted, right now I can't put in a cool intro or outro because of my fucking device problems. I'm getting that worked out, and as soon as I do, I'm going to be doing a pretty sweet intro and an outro like the other videos I've done. You know? But until then, I can't do it. So what are you expecting from my videos? Like, oh, he's sitting there and talking. Where's the explosions? Why aren't his videos like Michael Bay shit? Why isn't there this, that, and the third? Why isn't there like a fucking alien behind him spitting acid at a wall? Like, what do you mean by boring? You know? And I'm sorry if like my ranting might be a little boring to you or anybody else that is on this whole M22 Frogger hate kick that we've been seeing a little bit. You know, I'm sorry. I'm a very usually laid back individual and I kind of don't usually get very frustrated. And another really funny thing is like you've noticed, ooh, I haven't been getting that many views on my other videos, and then as soon as I make a Greg video, I spike over 100. And to state that I did that video in order to make views and shit is just retarded. I mean, you know, I'll be the first to admit, me, like any other YouTuber, likes views. Okay? The thing is like, well, why are you a ranter? Well, I like to put my 2 cents out there. I like to see feedback. I like to see if my fans are enjoying my content. If I don't see views and shit, I don't know if I'm giving out what my fans want. I don't know if they want anything, you know, in particular. You know, so you pick and choose what you want to put out, or what, you know, you feel you should put out in order to get a reaction out of your fans. And I'm not saying a bad reaction or a good one, I'm just saying a reaction, because you want to see responses, you want to see the views go up. I'm not saying I'm doing shit for the subscribers, getting more subscriptions and da 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 da. But I want to make sure I'm entertaining my fans. I want to make sure I give them what they want, while at the same time making myself happy with what I do. That's what I like doing on here. I like to make my fans happy, as well as making myself happy. And I've noticed something, because one of the people that were commenting on one of my old Greg videos, not old Greg, I mean like my older Greg videos, were saying, have you seen Greg's new videos? Because he wasn't aware what Seseska was, you know, his cult religion thing that Onision created. So I decided to fill him in on a few things. And he was like, okay, well, have you checked out his new recent um, Speaks videos? And I said, no, I haven't. I've been trying to keep away from him as much as I can in order to not make videos on him, because I'm, at the same time, as much as I liked that whole title of being, you know, the person that was in opposition to Greg and da 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 da, you know, at the same time, to be synonymous with only one thing gets kind of boring, and at the same time gets really old, and it makes you wonder, you know, what's my worth on this page, on this website? Am I just somebody that talks about, you know, the evils of one person and doesn't bring up like anything else? You know, like, what are my videos worth? You know what I mean? And I don't want to be like that one kind of guy, that one kind of YouTuber. Stevie had the same feeling about it. He didn't want to be that one typical person. So I decided against making Greg videos recently. And then I decided to listen to that person that commented on my videos, and I was like, alright, well, I should check out his Speaks channel and see what's up. And he was posting Seseska videos. And I was like, shit, you know, he's talking about his religion. And I was able to basically point by point debunk his first video, you know, saying how, you know, he created at the age of 17, and then when he was 18 he became an agnostic up until now. And the thing is like, no, he hasn't, because he posted all that shit. Yeah, he created when he was 17. He created his Onision.com page in 2005. If you use waybackmachine.org, and he was talking about his Seseska principles. Yeah. And that was when he was about 22. So, yeah. Anyway, so that aside, you got on some kind of weird moral high horse and was like, oh, well, you were not making video views and da 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 da, so you decided to start making Greg ones again. Derp derp derp. And I love how you start just thinking that I just want views and all that shit, and at the same time, I think it's really funny how, you know, you have to fucking cherry pick everything, because notice when I either make a ranting community styled video, you have to comment on my shit. When I make an Onision video, you have to comment on my shit. When I make any other kind of video, you don't say dick. And I think it's funny, because it's like, the minute I make a video about Onision, it's like, you've been copying other ranters, burp burp burp, you know. But on those videos, the other videos that you stated were being copied by other good ranters, you were just like, not there. You didn't comment, you didn't say shit, you didn't do anything. And that was it. Okay, cool. You know, and it's just like, I love how you say all this shit, you break me down, or try to break me down, right? And at the same time, the other day, I checked out my subscriptions, or the people that are subscribed to me, and I scrolled down all the way to the very end, and you're still subscribed to me, dude. So, to me, whatever argument that you give to me is not technically invalid, but it's kind of not strong now, because it just seems like you're just subscribed to me just to basically annoy me. And the thing is that I'm not gonna fucking block you, because at the same time you're trolling, but at the same time you're not trolling. You're just giving your 2 cents, but you're doing it in a very periodic and weird fashion, and what you're saying is not founded, really. and you don't seem to listen or seem to realize what the fuck I'm actually talking about. And the amount of assumptions that you make is just staggering. The amount of, inane argument that you give is just staggering and mind melting and shit. And you think that you have a point. You think that you understand what you're talking about, and you think that you are like, oh, I got him now. I made a good point, and blah blah blah. You know, when in fact you're not. Okay, like you're not. I mean, you're the same guy that, like, when nobody was watching or commenting on your videos, like none of your friends and shit were commenting on your shit, you decided to make a long ass fucking Facebook post on your like page or community page and basically bitched and complained and cried about the fact that nobody's taking your side on things and it's just you and Aoshi Productions. The same guy that, was supposed to get into a Skype call with Reese and I and you, and he bitched out. He couldn't talk to either one of us to the face, and he decided, well, um, I'm just gonna be in the sidelines. Yeah, I kind of, flagged their shit down. Um, well, I can't talk to my anxiety. It's like, really, you can talk in a full fucking forum. You can be in a room full of a bunch of people, but you can't talk to the two people that you're sort of persecuting for shit, and you can't talk to them face to face. That's a telltale sign of somebody that didn't do something right and is now kind of being cornered about why it's wrong, why it was bad. And he knew that he did something wrong. Okay? Because if you felt like you did something right, you wouldn't think that that was wrong of you, and you'd probably confront us. But you decided not to because you were too scared. Which is fine, but at the same time, you were too scared. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know what your infatuation with me is, and I think that it's hysterical how you get so many views off my name. It's great. You can continue to make fucking stupid videos about me. I can give a damn, really, what you do. But at the same time, I just wanted to put out my 2 cents on the mental retardation that you're doing, and I'm gonna move on from this. Continue with this whole anti-M22 Frogger brigade. Like, I think it's hysterical. You're basically doing what I did with Greg, but at the same time, this is what you're doing. Right now, it's not harassment by law because I'm confronting the person that's harassing me. But, what you're doing is technically harassment. So, and it'll be like, oh, so wait, what about what you were doing with Greg then? Wouldn't that be harassment? Blah, blah, blah. We had proof and everything to back up our claims. We weren't making bullshit assumptions on anything. We weren't making bullshit circumstances or anything. We weren't talking out of our ass with the Greg thing, okay? We weren't. We were just putting in more 2 cents, more proof to back up what we do, or what we did, rather. Whereas you're just cherry picking everything and wanting to talk to me and crap and basically waving your dick around like you mean something to people. Meanwhile, you don't. You really don't. I mean, maybe more than me now, just because I decided to back away from a lot of the people from the ranting community, but kept a few people as friends. But what are you gonna do? I didn't want any more fucking, like, drama. I can deal with a little bit of drama here and there, but at the same time, it's really not worth my time. The only reason why I made this video is because I wanted to put something out there in response to you, and I was also bored. You're basically what I do when I'm bored. My other videos, I wasn't bored. I had wanted to make them. Oh, and one final point. You were saying, like, I sounded like I didn't care in my Seseska video when you were talking to Don't Stand So Close to Me. It's not that I didn't care. It's the fact I was making something formal. I was making something point by point. I knew what I was talking about with it, and I didn't want to fucking erupt. I kept calm, and I made my points clear. Don't mean I didn't care about what I was talking about. I was just simply talking normal. I don't know what your issue is, buddy. But yeah. So, hopefully eventually we'll back the fuck up, because we're not good for either or of us. We never liked each other. we both don't like each other, and the fact that, you know, we can't gain anything from each other in a positive way. So what's the fucking point? Cease and desist, because you're wasting my time, and this long 15 plus minute video probably wasted yours. Anyway, so this has been M22Frogger. Thanks for watching.